Historically significant things that happened on April 29th. April 29th serves as a profound marker of both the end of global tyranny and the birth of cultural brilliance. This day in 1945 witnessed the liberation of the Dachau concentration camp by American forces, a monumental event in human rights history, alongside the formal surrender of German forces in Italy. In the same 24-hour window, the world celebrated the 1899 birth of jazz icon Duke Ellington, whose musical genius redefined American culture, and the 1897 announcement of the discovery of the electron by J.J. Thomson, which revolutionized our scientific understanding of the atomic world. From the 1992 commencement of the Los Angeles riots, which sparked a national dialogue on social justice, to the spiritual legacy of St. Catherine of Siena, April 29th reflects a day of intense transition, groundbreaking discovery, and the enduring quest for liberation and equality. Let us look at the significant historical events of April 29th, categorized by cultural, educational, financial, physical, mental, relational health, political, professional, social, spiritual, and scientific and technological points of view. Historically significant things that happened on April 29th. From cultural point of view. Birth of Duke Ellington, 1899. The legendary American composer, pianist, and bandleader was born. A pivotal figure in the history of jazz, his influence spans over half a century of American music and culture. International Dance Day. Established by the Dance Committee of the ITI and recognized by UNESCO, this day celebrates the universality of dance as an art form that crosses all political and cultural barriers. The premiere of All Quiet on the Western Front, 1930. Based on the novel by Eric Maria Remarque, this landmark anti-war film premiered, forever changing the cultural portrayal of the grim realities of combat.
Historically significant things that happened from an educational point of view. Founding of Tsinghua University, 1911. One of China's most prestigious research universities was established in Beijing. It has since become a global leader in engineering, computer science, and social sciences. Peter Roget publishes the Thesaurus, 1852. The first edition of Roget's Thesaurus of English Words and Phrases was published, creating a fundamental tool for education, professional writing, and linguistic development.
Historically significant things that happened on April 29th. From financial point of view, the People's Budget passed, 1910. The UK Parliament passed this revolutionary budget, the first in British history with the expressed intent of redistributing wealth. It introduced unprecedented taxes on the wealthy to fund social welfare programs. Birth of William Randolph Hearst, 1863. The media tycoon who built the nation's largest newspaper chain. His yellow journalism and financial empire fundamentally changed the economics of the professional publishing industry. Historically significant things that happened on April 29th, from physical, mental, relational health point of view. Liberation of Dachau concentration camp, 1945. U.S. forces liberated the first of the Nazi concentration camps. This event is a monumental milestone in the physical and mental healing of the survivors, and a somber lesson in relational health and human rights. Day of Remembrance for all victims of chemical warfare. Observed by the United Nations to pay tribute to victims of chemical warfare and to reaffirm the commitment to the elimination of the threat of chemical weapons. Historically significant things that happened on April 29th from political point of view. Adolf Hitler marries Eva Braun, 1945. In a small civil ceremony in his Berlin bunker, Hitler married Braun and designated Admiral Karl Dönitz as his successor just one day before committing suicide. The Surrender of Caserta, 1945. The formal document of the unconditional surrender of German forces in Italy was signed, marking a major political and military turning point in the final days of WW2. the end of the Easter Rising, 1916. After 6 days of intense fighting in Dublin, Irish rebel leaders surrendered to British forces, a pivotal moment in Ireland's political journey toward independence. Historically significant things that happened on April 29th from professional point of view. Establishment of the International Military Tribunal for the Far East, 1946. The tribunal convened to indict former Japanese leaders, including Hideki Tojo, for war crimes, establishing critical professional standards for international law and justice. Gideon Sunback patents the all-purpose zipper, 1913. This technological advancement revolutionized the professional garment and textile industries, standardizing a fastener that is now ubiquitous. Historically significant things that happened on April 29th. From social point of view. The Los Angeles riots begin, 1992. Following the acquittal of 4 LAPD officers in the beating of Rodney King, massive civil unrest broke out in Los Angeles, sparking a global conversation on racial justice and social reform. Operation Frequent Wind, 1975. The U.S. began the massive helicopter evacuation of Americans and at-risk South Vietnamese from Saigon, a social symbol of the end of the Vietnam War. Historically significant things that happened on April 29th. From spiritual point of view. Feast Day of Saint Catherine of Siena. A mystic and doctor of the Church, she is remembered for her spiritual depth and her influential role in the political and religious life of 14th century Italy. Canonization of Saint Hugh of Cluny. A major leader of the Cluniac monastic reform, his legacy of spiritual discipline and architectural patronage continues to be celebrated. Historically significant things that happened on April 29th. Discovery of the electron announced, 1897. J.J. Thomson announced his discovery of the corpuscle, the electron, which revolutionized the knowledge of atomic structure and modern physics. First experimental 3D television broadcast, 1926. An episode of the show Space Patrol was broadcast in 3D in the U.S., a significant technological milestone in the history of visual media. Discovery of the galaxy Centaurus A, 1826. Astronomer James Dunlop discovered this massive elliptical galaxy, significantly expanding our scientific understanding of the deep cosmos.
Hi viewers, family and friends. How did you like the content of this video? Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please write in the comments your name and the place you are watching from. Since our viewing family is spread all over the world, it will be nice to know which city and the country you are watching from, so I can say hello to you. Science and technology. Reading and listening to the historical accomplishments on this date of those who have gone before us. I, as a professional engineer with interest in structural engineering, energy-efficient buildings, ICF construction, and as Google Docs expert with interest in spreadsheet-based solutions, draw inspiration to ask of myself the million-dollar question. What would I accomplish today? Think about the Japanese practice of Kaizen. Let me know in the comments, what would you accomplish today? Your subscribing to the channel inspires me to post more such videos. Thanks for your patronage. See you in the next video. Sincerely, Yogi Anand.